What's up guys, Full FIFA here back again with another video, and today we are back with the Marquee matchup predictions for January 14th. This is week 16, so I'll toss the teams up on the screen right now for you guys. If you guys don't want to sit through the whole video, I suggest watching the whole video though. We can look at some players and specific players from each team that we are going to buy, and as always, buy these cards for 350 to 400 coins for the common cards, and buy this Brayers for 650 to 700 coins. So the first teams we got is Man United versus Liverpool. So this is a really big game. It is for the top seed in the Premier League. So if we do go to Man United, all these non-rares are actually very high in price right now due to the League SBC coming out. So if you guys do want to buy the players right now, I would say go with the rares because they are a little bit cheaper and you guys are able to get them for around 650 to 700 coins on bid. So if you are going with the rares, pretty much your only options are Matic, James, or Greenwood, because they're the easiest ones to get right now on bid. But in my opinion, you guys should wait till Thursday rewards in the morning, and you guys should pick these cards up because you'll be able to get the non-rares for absolutely discard. It happens every time. There's always a ton of supply on the market for these cards. Same thing with Liverpool. It's really hard to get these cards on bid right now. You guys might be able to get yourself a Shaqiri or a Keita. Those are my main two options. I was able to grab these guys yesterday for 700 coins each. Keita and Shaqiri were my main two options for this team for Liverpool. And if we do go to the gold commons, we do got a couple. Pretty much there's only Adrian in this team that's around 350 coins, which you'll be able to pick up pretty easily again during rewards. So I'd say stick to rewards if you guys are going to pick these cards up. And now the second team we do have is Juventus versus Inter Milan. So if we do head over to Inter Milan, they actually got a lot of non-rares which are pretty easy to pick up. Like Darmian, you guys can get on bid for 350 coins. I've been picking up a couple of Ashley Youngs. There's also this CDM, I don't know where he is right now. I'll quickly keep scrolling through. Gagliardini, you guys can also pick him up on bid. I was able to get a couple of him. He is an 78 rated card, and he was also pretty cheap right now. Again, if you guys do want to wait till rewards, it'll be way easier to pick these cards up for that price. And then if we go through to Juventus, my main options in Juventus right now were Khedira for the rares and this right wing for the non-rares if you guys are going to go with the non-rares. So if you guys are willing to wait till rewards, I would say go with the non-rares because they do tend to rise a little bit more than the rares do. So if you guys are going to go with the rares, I would go for Khedira. He is really high rated and it's a very easy option to get, and there's a lot of supply of him on the market right now. Also, this CM is pretty easy to get on bid as well if you guys are looking for something else instead of Khedira. And then next we do have Roma versus Lazio. So Roma versus Lazio is again from the Serie A, so they might not exactly be in the marquee matchups. Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen have a pretty good chance, along with Galatasaray and Besiktas. They also have a really good chance. That's why you guys can pretty much interchange Roma with any of those two other games. So with these guys, I would go with the rares. So Parolo and Correa were my main two to go with. Lazzari is pretty hard to get on bid for actually 650 coins. That's the only reason I didn't go with them. But during rewards, if these guys are cheaper, I would go with the right mid first. And with the non-rares, there's only this striker that I was able to pick up for 350 coins. So again, the striker is a very good option to go with. And then if we do take a look at Roma, Roma do have a couple of more options than in the previous team. So if you do go with Roma, there's a bunch of non-rares that you guys can actually pick up. The main ones I went with was Pastore and the goalkeeper because they were super easy to get on bid. But pretty much any of these cards for 300 coins would be a steal on bid because there's obviously zero risk in investing in those cards because they do discard for the 300 coins. For the rares, you guys can pick up this CDM, this French CDM, and Pellegrini were my main two options. These two cards were my main two to go for. They're really easy to even get on bid right now, so you guys can go ahead and pick those up. So the last two teams we have for the main teams that the main prediction teams is Benefica versus Porto. So if we do go over to Benefica, they do have a couple of rare cards. So the main ones I would go with for Benefica is this right back, and I would also go with Everton. These cards there's a lot of supply on these cards still, and they're only 650 coins on bid, so that is a really good option right now. And if we do take a look at the non-rares, they are a little bit high in price. I don't know what's going on with Liga NOS. I think it's due to the 80+ player picks that these cards are inflated a little bit in price. So try and get them on rewards. If you guys can pick these cards up for 350 coins, go ahead and pick up as many non-rares as you can. And if you can pick up the striker for 300 coins during rewards, that's probably going to be the best buy. And then if we go to Porto does have a couple of they do have a couple of non-rares as well, but the main option with this non-rare would be this center mid, as he is again the highest rated. But again, if you can pick these cards up for 300 coins, any of these 75s, go ahead and pick those cards up, because there's zero risk in investing in those cards. And if we do take a look at the rares, my main option was this left mid Diaz from these guys, the right mid, and along with the striker. There was a striker here. I think he's a little bit higher in price right now, because I bought these cards on Saturday during Squad Battle Rewards. I can't find that striker actually. Here, I'll just show you guys real quick. So if you guys are able to get this striker for 650 coins, he is 79 rated, so that's a pretty good option to go with as well. And then for the wild cards, we do have Borussia Dortmund versus Bayer Leverkusen. So Borussia Dortmund is pretty high in price right now due to the League SBC as well. So 650 coins is not going to really get you these cards unless you're bidding on these during reward time. So I'd go with the non-rares instead of these guys. During rewards, I might go with this right back and the CDM right here. These two cards are very good, along with this left back as well, if you guys can pick them up for 650 coins during rewards. And if we do go with the non-rares, my main two options here were Dahoud, and we got hits in net. The goalkeeper is pretty easy to pick up, so I would go with the goalkeeper, and there was a lot of supply earlier today on that goalkeeper as well. So if we do head over to Bayer Leverkusen, they do got a couple of non-rares that are easy to pick up, like this striker. These two strikers were super easy to pick up for me, so those were the two options I did go with. This left back is not a bad option, but again, he's limited if they do come out with the position that doesn't use left backs. So I'd go with these two strikers. And if we do look at the rares, there are my main two rares from this league were pretty much this Arias at right back and pretty much this card at left back, because both of these cards were around 650 coins when I did pick these cards up. So I didn't want to go with the low rated ones, especially if they're rare. You might as well go high rated as possible. If you can pick up this Diaby, go ahead and pick them up for around 650 to 700 coins. And then the last team we do have for the wild cards is Galatasaray versus, I can't even say this team's name, I'm not even going to try. So these cards are pretty up in price again due to the 80+ player picks. So from this team, I would go with Illich, or I would try and go with Souza. These two cards are a very good option. If you can get Mense for 600 coins on bid, that's the best option, because again, he does discard for 600 coins, so there's absolute zero risk. And if you go ahead and look at the non-rares from this team, there's Hutchinson, and there's also this 75 rated right back and the 75 rated center mid. So these 75 rated cards, if you can get them 300 coins, that is an absolute steal. There's zero risk in that, and 350 coins for this CDM would be pretty good as well. Lastly, we got Galatasaray. So with Galatasaray, with any of these wild cards, you want to try and go for 300 coins to 350 coins. I would stick around the 300 coin mark for these teams, or the 600 coin mark for the rares, because there's absolute zero risk. Because with some of these cards, they are again not going to require specific teams in those SBCs. So stick around the 300 coin mark. So I would go with this left back as our main option, and this left mid from this team. Sorry, they do have more cards, but again, if you guys want to go with something high rated, I would go with Falcao, because he does discard for the most. So there's not going to be that much of a coin loss on those cards. And if we do go with Galatasaray's rares, they got this goalkeeper, pretty much that's it for them. You guys can pick them up for 700 coins if you guys want, but again, I would still stick around the 300 coin mark for those cards. So if you guys did enjoy the video, thank you guys for watching, and remember to leave a like and subscribe. And I believe I'll be dropping a new series for the BPM to Glory on Wednesday this week. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Peace.